Shalom, peace, and blessings, brothers and sisters. I pray all is well with you and that God is blessing your life. I am doing a video today talking about how I came to be homeless outside for over a year. It is going on 14 months in 3 days. It'll be 14 months. Praise the name of Yah. Before I get into my storyline, I just want to say that I didn't lose anything before I got evicted out of my place. I had a full-time job working from home, making more money than I've ever made at any job I've ever had. Had a nice little 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, nice and comfortable. Okay, had all my possessions or whatever. But Yah told me to walk away from all of it. Just walk away, baby. Leave the job, leave the apartment, leave everything in the apartment. Furniture that I had, brand new furniture, didn't even finish paying for it. Y'all say walk away from it. Me, being the daughter of Yah that I am, did exactly what he asked me to do and walked away from it all. Praise the name of Yah. So I was going back and forth in my head, how far back I need to go to bring it up to date. And so I decided on talking about how I left my hometown. I left my hometown back in 2017, April. I was married to this man that I had met online, and thought we had a common interest in serving Yah. I'm a Hebrew Israelite by blood. This is not religion. I don't do religion. This is blood. I am a natural born child, descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's plain and simple. But anyway, thought we had a common interest. So, I thought, well, here's someone I could serve Yah with. We can build together. So the plan was for me to move to his hometown, which I did, and I took 2 of my children with me and everything that I had, as far as worldly possessions or whatever. So I moved there, and shortly thereafter, well, even before I went, I noticed some stuff I ain't care too much for. But being that I have a background of dysfunction and toxicity, these things I saw, but they weren't pressing enough for me to be like, I'm not going to continue. But anyway, so the whole reason why I even wanted to leave my hometown was because, I had been here for many, many years, decades, and I was just ready for a change. I was seeing too much of the same things happening, the same people, the same situations. I was just ready for a change. And that, that was mainly my reason for leaving. It wasn't, so much of the relationship, even though I was in a relationship, but that was the main reason. I was just ready for a change. So I moved to where his hometown was. Shortly thereafter, like I said, I saw some things that I didn't particularly care for. And so I had left the job that I had in my hometown. But after being there in the new city for 2 months, his I think he had 2 jobs at that time, if I'm not mistaken, but it still wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So I decided to get a job, and I ended up finding one, and making just about the same amount of money I was making in my hometown. And so anyway, I stayed there for 4 years, had the same job while I was there, and got some raises. I was doing all right. Got, purchased another car, and many things happened in that 4 years. But I won't get into that because we're talking about why I'm homeless. And so, after the 4 years, after going through so much in that marriage, the day that I decided, well, not the day that I decided to leave, but the day before I was to leave, that night before, we got into a altercation. Long story short, this man pinned me down on the ground and put both of his hands in my hair, and ripped out 2 handfuls of my locks. It was bowled down to the scalp. And if you can, they growing back. Praise the name of God. This was in 2021, April 2021, the night before my birthday. Praise the name of God. Anywho, the next day on my birthday, my family came, and I got a U-Haul truck and took, what I could bring out of that house. Everything in that house at that time was mine, but I couldn't fit everything into the U-Haul. I had to leave a lot there, a whole lot there. I was kind of upset about that, but I knew that y'all was like, let's just go. You done seen all you need to see. That situation last night happened. Let's just go. And so, but before I continue that, I just want to say that I did not want to come back to my hometown. It was nothing there. It was nothing in my hometown I wanted to go back to. And I tried to stay where I was at. Before the incident with the pulling of the hair, I was trying to find a place there for me and my children. But y'all would not allow a door to open for me to remain there. And he was just adamant, no, you cannot stay here. And there was a reason for that. He needed me to come back to my hometown. This would later be revealed later, all the reasons why. And so the day, that Friday, my birthday, my family came. We packed up the U-Haul with as much as we could carry. Came on back to my hometown. Stayed with my mother for about 3 weeks, I want to say. I wasn't there a whole month because I ended up, before I came back, I was saving up money. It was April. I had just got the income tax, and I believe it was a stimulus check issued for people, and with their children or whatever. So I had some money saved from my job checks. I wasn't spending money. It wasn't no need to spend money if I'm leaving. So I had some money saved, and ended up getting a 2-bedroom apartment where my mother lived. Now, while I was in my mother's house for that 3 weeks, some old feelings started to resurface. I left my mother's house when I turned 18. Couldn't wait to get out of her house. It wasn't a good, I'm the black sheep of my family. I'm the scapegoat. I'm the one that takes the brunt of all the toxicity and dysfunction. Everybody want to put it on me. Okay. And so being in her house those 3 weeks, that brought a lot of that back. I I was like 9, and I was starting, y'all was starting to um hone my gifts. I could hear spiritually. I could hear people's thoughts, the things that they think, but they don't say out of their mouths, or at least not to the person they talking about. Like, so I can hear what somebody's saying about me. They'll never say it to me. They might say it to somebody else, but I can hear them. And I distinctly remember one day hearing my mother saying, "She gotta go. She gotta go." And I'm like, I'm not the problem, but people want to make me the problem. I'm not the problem. I cook, I clean. You know what I mean? And I do that more in her house because I'm a guest here. Like, I wasn't trying to stay. I was trying to leave too. I didn't even want to come back to that city. I was trying to get a place in another city. A city nearby across the water, something. You know, I was trying to go to another city, but no, she had called her property manager and asked her if she had anything in the complex, and she did. She had a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and I applied for it. My credit was good. I had the deposit and the first month's rent, no problem. Got my key, so I got the place, and had some extra money. Y'all was like, go get you some furniture. Go get you some house goods, get it nice, and get you some wall art. And I did all of that. Even had my oldest brother come over and put my TVs on the wall, put them up. And just had it real, real nice and cozy because I love nice and cozy, And didn't have no, like I said, I had my job, had bought a nice little desk, little sturdy desk to put my equipment on. I had the 2 monitors and the phone, the work phone. All the calls to the job came to the phone, and I had my setup. I didn't need to leave the house for nothing because my job right there, and had a car outside. Didn't need it unless I needed to go to the store or something like that. So I was all right. Y'all had me straighter than straight. But lo and behold, when y'all got you straighter than straight, it's some people that don't particularly care for that. It brings out some envy and some jealousy in people. Okay? And so that was the case. That definitely was the case. And I want to back up a little bit and tell y'all about this encounter I had with a young lady that lived in the complex. So the day I got back to, the day after I got back to the city, my hometown, I was walking to my car because I wanted to take a ride. I was still distraught about the events that led up into me having to leave, or the day that I left, having my hair pulled out. I was just dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. I'm trying to figure out, well, what was the point of that? And y'all, of course, made it clear to me. But in the interim, I just wanted to take a ride. So I'm walking to my car, and there was a young man on the second floor on the banister, and he waved, and he was like, "Hey," and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And I felt somebody looking at me other than him, and when I looked to my left, it was this girl. She was just staring at me like she was a deer caught in headlights, and I'm like, what? And I gave her the same exact look back to her. Like, it was automatic. Like, I ain't even think about it. I just gave her the look back. So that was my first encounter with the young lady. I get in my car, going on about my business. But ever since that day, anytime she see me, usually, she, let's just say if she by herself, she ain't got nothing to say. But she's rarely by herself. She always got somebody around her, And if somebody's around her and she sees me, it's a lot of snickling and, laughing and just real immature, childlike activity, and it's not my first time having issues like that. So it never bothers me. It never bothers me. And so I walk my walk and I go my way. I come and go as I please. You know what I mean? Like, if you got a problem with me, just keep doing your snickling and all that. We fine. I don't care nothing about that. Just stay over there and I'm gonna be over here, okay? But it came to a head. It came to a head because as much as she did, and I'm talking about one particular time, I was picking my son up from work one evening, and in the apartment complex, she is one way in, one way out. So she's coming up the road to leave out of the complex. I'm coming in the road to come into the complex. And we're passing each other. But the young lady swerved her car a little teeny bit as though she trying to hit me or something. But it was so like if you blink, you would have missed it. But I caught it. You see what I'm saying? And it was always something like that. Like, you just picking for no reason. But there is a reason. But I didn't know that at the time. But anyway, I'm just giving y'all some examples of this young lady's behavior toward me. She doesn't even know me. She does not know me. To this day, I don't even know that young lady's name. Can't tell you her name. I don't even know her name. But anyway, I'm not going to make this video very long, but I'm sure it's going to be some part 2s and part 3s. That's fine. But so I was there at the apartment for 2 years. Paid my rent on time, paid all my bills on time. I didn't have any issues. I didn't have any money issues. But I do remember the property manager, when she, put all my income and stuff into the system or whatever, she said that I barely made it. Like, I almost made too much to be able to live there. Now, that was just with my one income and I believe my child support payments. That's what she said. So during the course of me being there, being that it was, the pandemic and they was making all these programs to be able to help you with rent and this, that, and the third, I heard about a program where they were paying your rent up, for a few months. So I said, well, let me apply for that because if I ever have to leave here next year when I renew, because I get raises, and by that time my son was working. So she had to do my income with my raise and my child support and my son's income. If I was already close to not being able to, if I was already close to making too much money to live here, when I first came here, by the second year, I would have been over. That's just, what I thought. But anyway, so I applied for the programs, and from what I understand, it was easy peasy. Like, everybody was getting it. And I believe it was my mother who told me about the programs, but I applied for it and couldn't get it. Could not get it. They needed some additional information, and so they wanted to talk to the property manager and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, and the property manager herself even said that she doesn't know why. Because nobody ever asked her for additional information. They usually just go that easily for most people. But y'all revealed to me that it was some witchcraft done. It was some people that didn't want me to have that assistance. I didn't need the assistance. The whole point of me applying was so that if they pay my rent for a few months, I could save up enough money so by the time I need to renew and I make too much money, then I can have the movers come and get me off of the 4th floor, and have enough money for first month's rent and deposit at another place. I just want to make sure that I could leave here just as easy as I came here. But anyway, never got it. Never got it. Everybody else who applied got it. But not me. But that was fine because I didn't need it. It didn't affect me being able to pay my rent or pay my other bills. I was straight. Okay? And I'm going to cut the video off right there. I'm going to come back and do a part 2. Because it's a lot. And I'm trying my best to keep everything in order. So y'all bear with me. It's a lot. And I might be going back and forth. Forgive me in advance. Thank you for watching this video. I pray y'all blesses your life and that you are blessed in the Master Yahushua's mighty name.